Coming up on News in Depth, 4 dead in Linden-Susdike Highway smash-up, shocking death, GPL employee dies on duty, and murdered carpenter's family calls for justice as mastermind remains at large. News in Depth begins now. With tonight's edition of News in Depth, I'm Michael Wharton. Thanks for joining us. We begin this evening by telling you that the GPL employee lost his life while working on a rotten pole. The life of a GPL employee was cut short in a freak accident at Belvedere Quarantine on Wednesday after the utility pole he was working on fell with him. Dead is Brian Clifton of Bushlot Village. Persons in the area said the pole was damaged for a while and repeated calls were made to the power company to get it fixed. The horrifying experience was witnessed by residents in the area.
Tried to lose the strap around your waist and couldn't make it, and it was gone so quick. I don't know. Where he fall? He fell for this side.
And just like how that boy said with the blue shirt, he said just like that he carried up some things and carried up the wire. And I always see the post make so the guy probably came. And that's it. When we watch, he face in the hole.
Hours after the man's death, the power company had its workmen replaced the damaged pole. After this break, we will tell you of that deadly accident on the Linden-Susdike Highway.
Hey, looky there. Let me go techie boots.
Boots? No, mama, I ain't gonna get lock up teeth in them big stinky 30-second boots. Plus, it can be more cheaper online. And don't got my favorite color, pink. Let me go on.
Online shopping. Cheaper, faster, better. Passback.
I sell swaggerific. Spaniard me like staggerific. I Spaniard. When the star give me a hand on the whole place. Turn up, turn on up, turn up, turn on up, stack up. Turn on up, turn up, turn on up, stack up. Turn up, turn up, turn on up, turn up. Stag in me hands now. Hand up, hand on, hand up, hand on, stack up. Hand on, hand up, hand on, stack up. Hand up, hand up, stack up, stack up. Tell them no. I don't business if you're not on time. You must always have stag in the line. Well, everybody have a stag in the hand. Where's mine? Staggerman's beer.
The MB-Pad group of companies introduces Beeson Windows and Doors with a full line of aluminum and UPVC products. Beeson's has over 40 designs of doors and windows and can also build custom designs to your specifications. Our products are backed by a 10-year warranty. We strive for customer satisfaction with over 40 years experience in the business.
Come into our factory at New Records Industrial Site or visit our showroom at the P-Pads building on Regent Street or dial 622-4197.
Thanks for staying with us. 4 persons lost their lives last evening in a smash-up on the Linden-Susdike Highway. 4 days into the new year, Ghana recorded its first fatal accident, which resulted in the deaths of 4 persons on the deteriorated Linden-Susdike Highway. The dead have been identified as 54-year-old taxi driver Dave Primus, 22-year-old Dextroy Griffith, a mechanic, 38-year-old Ron Aaron, and 22-year-old Leron Mendonza. Mendonza died at the Mackenzie Hospital while undergoing surgery. The survivors are Griffith's 22-year-old pregnant wife Whitney Griffith and 48-year-old Arlette Kelman. Reports are that Primus, the driver of taxi HC5326, was heading to the mining community when he allegedly overtook a container truck and ended up in the path of the oncoming car bearing license plate number PRR 7151, which was being driven by Ron Aaron. The accident is said to have occurred sometime around 7 p.m. in the vicinity of Lou Creek. This accident comes after repeated calls for drivers to desist from speeding on the roadways and for repairs to be done to the badly deteriorated highway. There were also calls for lights to be installed on the highway, as this is a contributing factor to a number of accidents there. The murdered carpenter's family still lives in fear as the mastermind is still on the run.
Relatives of the murdered number 70 village carpenter are refuting claims that they accepted a $100 million settlement. The 27-year-old father of 2, Fayaz Naraindat, was beaten unconscious and then run over by a car on the number 70 Village Public Road on November 1, 2016, after rejecting the sexual advances of a Guyanese-born U.S.-based businessman during a party in the village. Narindat's wife, Pooja, was horrified when she heard the claim being peddled that they were paid off by the mastermind, who is a New York-based businessman, Marcus Brian Bisram. She became emotional as she insisted that the family is only interested in seeing justice served in her husband's murder case.
Every day, one day my phone ring, he asks if his daddy call. He asks when his daddy come home back. How that can be fair? And he and a mastermind to do everything. How that can be fair?
Even though Bisram was charged in absentia for Narindat's murder, police investigators have not been able to extradite him to Guyana to face the music. The family is even more hurt over Bisram's lack of remorse, as he posed shamelessly on Facebook with family and friends in his New York home to ring in the new year as a free man. Meanwhile, Fayaz's grieving mother explained that no amount of money will ever bring back her only child, and she will continue to fight for his justice.
Me no want no money, me want justice. Money can't bring me son back none time, no way. Me don't want Marcus blood money. If me take him money, that will sound like me as accomplice with them to kill my son. His money can't do nothing for me.
So far, 7 persons have been charged for their involvement in the carpenter's death, among them 2 female relatives of the accused.
Let's tell you now that murdered hairdresser Lorna Prince was laid to rest today at a solemn and moving ceremony in her hometown of New Amsterdam. Prince was murdered last week by her husband. That's a wrap for this edition of News in Depth. Do join us again, same time tomorrow, for another edition.